Presenting the Bentley. Hey guys, Jimmy here, and welcome back to RaceRoom Racing Experience for another video. Today I'm going to be taking on Macau. Now, Macau is a circuit that I've wanted to race at for quite a long time. It's definitely unique in its layout. Learning it can be quite tricky because the middle sector feels quite samey when you're going through it for the first time, so it does require quite a few laps to get right, and of course, being a street circuit, you get it wrong, you're going to end up in the wall. This circuit I think is infamous probably for two things. The first thing is the hairpin, which requires drivers to slow down to first gear and crank on full lock to even stand a chance of getting through it. It's some really cool footage on YouTube somewhere of Sebastian Loeb actually drifting a Citroen WTCC through there, rally style, which is always awesome. And the second thing is probably Laurens van Voor's massive crash in 2016, which resulted in him sliding down most of the front straight on his roof and actually ended up winning the race because of the red flag circumstances. So ever since then, I've wanted to sort of get out there and give it a go myself in some GTs. But as you can see, I'm driving the Bentley Continental GT3, part of the GTR 3 pack, or GT3 between you and I, and I'm going to be driving against 23 AI opponents. Now, I thought about having my customary massive grid around here, but this being Macau and the AI racing being quite aggressive, I want maybe to minimise the likelihood of having a massive traffic jam somewhere if there is a crash. On the grid then, at Macau, in the Bentley Loveboat GT3, waiting for those lights to go off, and when they do, carnage will ensue. And away we go. Not a bad reaction, but the actual getaway is pretty poor. Lots of wheel spin, up to second, up to third. And now we prepare ourselves for the first little kink here on the straight. This is flat during the race, but on the start, not so much. Just want to find our way through. Nice. Now I want to go to the outside of this GTR. Probably not the best place to be. This is the corner where Laurens van Voor had his massive incident in 2016. And the pull to the inside now. A little bit of a lift through. Contact the car. Tandem drift on the way through there. Somehow we both managed to keep it. Okay, I'm not quite sure that's happened before, but we're both okay. Now down to the first big braking zone on the course. Cars 4 wide in front. I'm going to try and find a bit of a space to fit the big old Bentley into. I'm going to go around the outside here. The place is going to run out pretty soon. Still 2x2. Now finally, single file almost through here. Don't really want to go 2x2 any longer. Made up quite a few places there, so not a bad start. M6 behind us. GTR in front. Going uphill now. And this is where you have to start concentrating where you are on the circuit and where the cars are around you. So easy to run into the back of someone around here, and it's so tight. Barely any room to get the big old Bentley through, let alone think about any overtaking. And to first gear there, now up to third. And the brakes ride it around here, try and almost touch this wall on the inside, not quite though. So important to have a good driven through here. You get one of these corners wrong, you're not getting all of them wrong. It can end up having quite a big accident, which I have done many times before. I just rubbed the wall there on the left. You see how that just ruined my rhythm through there. Up to second gear. Not much I can really do here apart from follow the AI through. Let's try and be as close as I can. Overtaking opportunity does present itself, but right now it's just trying to keep alive. Keeping one eye on the car behind me. Again, I just grazed the wall there on the left. This Bentley is quite a lot wider than you think it is. GTR hits the wall there. Gonna run out of the tight right there. Nothing I can really do about it. I've got to wait, but now we're coming around to the hairpin for the first time, and this is where funny things happen. Hopefully the AI behave through here. I do like to slow down quite a bit. Bit of a traffic jam. Here's the traffic jam. Waiting. I gotta be inside, thank you very much. Bit cheeky there. One place. Can't really go 2x2 here. McLaren just not making it round. See how much lock I had to put on there, and only just made it round. I've actually increased the steering lock from 13 degrees, which is standard around here, to 19 to get around there. But we get around there in one piece and make up our position, so not too bad at all. First time through there, fairly uneventful. Down to third gear, keep it tight here. Road cameras out, and that wall is waiting to claim you if you get it wrong. Up to fourth, and then briefly up to fifth before going back down to third for the last corner on the circuit. And trying to keep it tight as possible, then let it run out. A little bit of curb on the left, we want to aim for but not touch. And that is one lap at Macau done. 5 to go. Will needs a bit of a tighten with the kink for the first time. Bit of a lift actually. I don't want to go through there flat. I can feel the tyres starting to scrub as I turned it in then. And now, first time going through this kink at pretty much full speed. It's a bit of a blend in sick, but I haven't quite got the art of it down yet. Big lift actually, more than the blend. You see almost touching the wall on the left, but a good run through there. Catching the Macca in the front. Now dip into that slipstream for a bit more speed. Not quite going to be close enough, I don't think, for an opportunity into P3. Yes, we do. Thank you very much. Late braking. I'll take that. So that's the Macca down, and now we focus on the Audi in front. Hopefully he's not going to flip down the straight. such a nice flow to this course once you start getting it right. It can feel very sort of disjointed when you're learning it, because you sort of have to learn the whole circuit for it to flow properly, but once you get there, it really is worth the time. It's, again, like I said, a unique driving experience. It's like a Monaco, but on steroids. So again, just going to try and follow the AI through here. Bentley's a little bit understeery for this slower stuff, so I'm not pushing it too hard. Probably a result of cranking on so much steering lock. Just follow the line through here. You see, oh, it's just hit the wall and left there just for a second. Lost a little bit of grip on one of the tyres there, and into the wall we go. Just happens just like that around here. And of course, I'm driving with only visual damage on, but if I have mechanical damage on, that could be enough to end my race. Again, go show just how challenging it is driving around here. Second, first. Ooh, car slow through there. Audi going to be slow off this corner. I thought about trying to get on the throttle nice and early there, but the back end did not agree. And I have to wait. I might be able to get the Audi going down to the hairpin. Again, having to really wait, as Audi's very slow through it. It's flipping the wall at every opportunity, it seems, that Audi. Again, nice and slow through here. You can't overtake here, it's not wide enough. As soon as the wall on the right falls away, accelerate, and we get a couple of positions there. Hopefully we can get this now turned in. There's a very shallow angle. Oh, sorry guys. So that's the downside to overtaking there. You sort of ruin your angle, and now I've got a very angry looking Corvette behind me. I'm sure frustrated that I just sort of sat in front of him through there. But importantly, we've got a bit of free space in front of us. Understeer through there. That's what I meant by getting that corner wrong. So easy to understeer, and that wall is just waiting for you. See if we can catch these guys in front. Now I've got a bit of a gap. Nice and safe. Corvette looking quite punchy behind me. This is the corner that I have not quite mastered yet. A lot of these corners are quite difficult, just because as a traditional circuit racer, I'm used to having a little bit of leeway there. So having the wall there really sort of scares you into, I don't know, giving the walls a bit of a wide berth really, which is what you can't be doing. You need to be really maximising the line every time through to be quick around here. Again through the kink, we'll go for, I'm going to go touch of the brakes and back on again. That's better than the lift. That feels better than the lift. Corvette actually in the wall behind me there, tried it a bit too hard through there. Looking for my braking zone, which is just after 200. Should have been a bit earlier, sorry, a bit later then, sorry, a bit conservative through there. See how much the Corvette gains. Now you've got a chance to try and drive through this as quick as possible. That second gear wasn't a good idea there, rear wheels locked for a second. Now you can go sort of flat through this right-hander here, but don't do it, because if you do it, you're going to have no time to slow down for this left. When driving this course, you drive a couple of corners ahead of where you actually are. You have to really think about where you're about to be. Which sounds, you know, simple enough, but in practice it can be quite difficult, especially when you're trying to maximise each corner. You see the torque there in third gear really proving to be quite difficult. Nice and easy, come on, nice and easy. Ah, the rhythm disturbed again. Going to fourth for a second, then this tight left. Oh Jesus, that'll be me out in the real race. You see how easy it is though? How easy it is to carry it away. Put the car into the wall. I'm concentrating quite hard here, trying to commentate at the same time. I'm still making these mistakes. I put in about half an hour of practice to be able to get to this point of driving. So you don't want to think about how many hours I have to put in just to be worthy enough to win the RaceRoom competitions, you know. Keep it tight here, a little bit of room on the exit here. Now again, no one in front of me here, so I can sort of go a bit quicker through here. I'm actually not going to go for the overtake this time because I nearly died last time. Come on, Macca, get round. This is where I wish I was Mr. Sebastian Loeb. Just hang a handbrake, turn around there, easy. I also wish where I had maybe a track IR or VR or anything where I can look to the right there slightly. Oh, that McLaren braked super early there. I just about avoided them. Jesus. But yeah, you really need to be able to look to the right there. And that's where a single monitor setup really does sort of fall short. I just got the inside here, waiting on the apex. And McLaren's right on my quarter panel. We've got the grunt though. Bentley has got grunt, I'll tell you that. Another lap completed. Nice and chill through there. Good. Now we'll just try and find the car in front. Where are we now? I'm not quite sure what position we're in. I'll find out. I think we're in 11th. That's my guess. Also, I like not knowing. It's quite fun just to drive to the as fast as you can without knowing your position. Now again, looking for my braking markers. We're going to try a bit later than before. Right here. I felt a bit better. That McLaren looking pretty feisty, but I'm not too bothered about that because he's got nowhere to go there. The barrier really comes in quite tightly. I think I should maybe leave it in third through there. Up the hill again. I'll I said, just focus on the corner coming after this one, brake, and then try and brake in a straight line here. You can actually overtake right on the extreme inside there if you have a good run. It's very risky. I've done it once before. It was by mistake, but I did it. So that's something to keep in mind in case I am maybe close in the last couple of laps. And keep it nice and tight here. Going to try and not hit anything this time through. It's better to be a little bit more conservative through here and preserve the car, preserve the corners. Nice through there. So now I'm going to brake nice and early down to second gear this time. There you go, that's better. Still the front tyre scrubbing a bit, but didn't hit anything, so they'll forgive me, I'm sure. And then this corner also can be quite deceptive because right at the last second it drops off. All that braking you're sort of used to, because you brake a bit uphill there, and it drops off at the last second. It can be really deceptive going into that braking zone. Second gear, come on, keep it tight. Oh, the scrub there. I'm just drove into the corner a bit too hard. Macca again. Oh, I'm not waiting. Get out of the way, Macca. AI needs to be a bit quicker through here, I think. Oh, no. No. Okay, good, we're through. Sorry, Macca. Actually, no. Sorry, not sorry. Through again. That's definitely a good overtaking spot against AI here. It's sort of a shame that there is that exploit. But, you know, I'm sure it's like that for a reason. Imagine putting AI aggressively. Imagine putting the RaceRoom AI on that general aggression setting through there, and just watching the carnage unfold. Sometimes that happens anyway. So, gear almost taps up on the inside, nice and soft on the exit. Quite difficult when you're in these right-hand drive cars because you have a lot of when you're on the. Okay, that's a lie. Basically, any corner that isn't on the side that the drive side is on. It's always a bit tricky with a single screen because you can't quite see where the edge of your car is. You have to sort of guess. It does end up sometimes with a little bit of a love tap every now and then, but you get used to it after a while. Get a bit of a brake, nice, feed it in. Car's nice through there now. It felt a bit sketchy at the start of the race, but I sort of got used to it. Need to focus on braking a tiny bit later here. Don't want to take too much of a risk, you see, because I did it wrong. See that wall on the left there? I've been in that quite a few times. Let's try third through here this time. Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better. A lot less of a disruption to the sort of weight transfer of the car there. And of course, being in the love boat, there is a bit of weight. Although this car, no, it fits in with GT3 regs. It weighs about the same as a normal GT3. It just looks massive. That's the thing. It's a brick. There's sort of a bit of a trend right now of GT3s having a brick of a car. Although there is no greater brick in the GT3 class than the GTR. I was watching Super GT the other day and watching the GTR versus anything else in that circuit. It was hilarious. Just like this massive 4-story tall GTR versus the tiny Super GTs. It was fantastic. Oh, maybe should have been second through there. Bit of a lack of concentration. Oh, bouncing a bit there on the throttle. You feel getting quite spread out around here quite quickly, it seems. I can imagine why. Is that another Bentley in front? Or was that a Camaro? Hard to tell. On the throttle as quick as I can be through there. Again, another area where sort of the elevation change hampers getting away. Sometimes it's a Camaro in front. Gonna go for our cheeky overtake, I think. Excuse me. Back in front and then wind it round. All the lock I've got in the world. Not as bad through there this time. Ooh, it's very easy to go in that wall on the right when you accelerate out of there. You're like, oh yeah, freedom, finally. No more hairpin. And then you're confronted with the wall on the right. That Camaro is fast in a straight line. Help me. Okay, so we're going to have to try and defend the American muscle behind us. He's flashing his lights at me. Undoubtedly upset that I overtook him at the hairpin. I know in some series the hairpin is a permanent yellow, meaning you cannot overtake into there. But we're in sim racing, so I can do whatever I want. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Camaro gets that wrong. Very wrong. Into the wall. That should keep me safe then, so his advance is going down the straight. And that is nice through there. It's very satisfying when you get it right. But you can also see how you get it wrong. Just maybe pushing for that little bit more lap time. And that wall straight away is just instant punishment. There's no give at all. That's sort of the appeal of street circuits. It does take a very precise sort of driver to get round to in one piece. I've crouched the wall once enough to end my race already, you know, so people who do this for 60 minutes at a time or longer have my gratitude. That's what I meant by getting that wrong. looking at ending my race. I just momentary lapse in concentration, and I just did not brake at the right point. That's what I mean around here. So it's always waiting to kill you. It's quite fun, also quite dangerous. Nice and chill through here. Sometimes you get a little bit lost to where you're going. Again, I say if you're learning the circuit anew, this section can be quite confusing. It does feel quite samey, but you do get used to it. And down the hill, oh, rear end wants to do all sorts of things there. Naughty Bentley. GT in front, being a bit slow through there. Down to first gear, just rubbing the wall on the left. Got to leave my mark. That Camaro is actually pretty quick. Of course, my discussion with the wall earlier on this lap, that's probably why he's there. I know, I'll pull away a little bit coming to the hairpin. Oh, rear end. All sorts of feisty right now. Maybe I have damaged something. No choice but to wait for the cars to come through here now. I'm close enough to go for the cheeky overtake. Trying to get my throttle a bit there, just get the rear of the car turning. And now lock onto the GT in front. Saying that, this is the last lap now, so maybe we might get him before the start finish line. I don't think so. Come on. No, we aren't going to get him. But Macau, that is a strangely satisfying circuit once you get used to it. I mean, I've still got a way to go to be properly quick around here. But, you know, I feel like I have the circuit sort of mapped out in my mind now. And this car's a good combination, this Bentley. I was sort of worried that the thickness of the Bentley might get in our way a little bit around here, but actually a really good matchup. I really recommend it if you have this pack. Go and give it a go at Macau. Be careful of that hairpin, but yeah, I think the worst thing you can do is crash, and then you can reset, so nothing to lose really. But in the end there, we finished up in 10th position, so not bad there, starting last in the field. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you really enjoyed it, hit subscribe to be notified of future videos. Take care guys, have an awesome day, see you next time.